Welcome back to Yellowhammer Outdoors. Thanks for watching. It's been about a year since I posted my last video, and a lot's happened since then. My last video, I talked about the Ruger American Predator 308 that I had planned on doing some upgrades to, putting a Magpul stock and doing different things to. Well, a year later, I have finished that project and I was able to get a lot of range time with it. I was able to go out hunting with it. I took 3 deer over the last year with the Ruger American, and I have to say that I absolutely love it. So today I'm going to be talking about my experience, the changes that I made to it, and what I like about it, and if I was going to do anything different, what I would do differently. So as you can see, it looks quite different than it did in my last video. Obviously, I have thrown the Magpul stock on here. I also have removed the muzzle device that I had on there, the Lambda muzzle brake that I had, and it now has a silencer on it. I went with a Burst 375 from Bowers Group, and I cannot say a single bad thing about this suppressor. I absolutely love it. Shooting supersonic 168 grain rounds through this. It's hearing safe, and I haven't tried any subsonic 308 rounds. I really don't see the point in shooting subsonic 308. If I wanted to shoot subsonic, I'd honestly go with 300 blackout instead of 308. But with the supersonic regular full power rounds, it does absolutely great. I love it. I also put a cover on here from Rifles Only. It helps with taking it on and off when it gets hot. I have a Harris style bipod on here. Of course, my last video I showed where I had the Anarchy Outdoors bolt handle. I've kept that. I also did end up replacing the trigger on this. So I have a Timney Trigger set at 3.5 pounds, and I love it. The trigger is very clean, very crisp, and it removes that blade that you have there. Once you get past that blade on the Ruger style trigger, you don't really have that, you don't have a creep really, but this eliminates the blade, and it's very stiff, very clean break. We'll make sure that the action is unloaded safe. Turn safety off, and it's a very, very clean, crisp trigger, very clean break. I absolutely love it. One of the things that I really love about my Magpul stock is that you have the option to upgrade your comb. I did go with a higher comb on this, and you also are able to adjust your length of pull. I prefer somewhere around a 14.5 length of pull. With the recoil pad, this comes out to about 15 inches length of pull, and it fits me perfectly. I did end up going with mounts on this, with low mounts, and I have a scope from Primary Arms. It's a 4.5 by 14, and it is a great scope. I absolutely love it. As far as budget scopes go, entry-level scopes, you can't really get much better than the Primary Arms. It's first focal plane. It has parallax. It has the turrets right here so that you can see exactly what your adjustments are, and it's also illuminated. It has 6 illumination settings, so you can set it for exactly what your daylight settings are. I did wrap it in some tactical wrap just so when I'm in the woods to add a little bit of camo to it. Now, the other thing about this is it does take the AICS mags, and I have those both in 5 and 10 round. The 10 round sticks out pretty far. This is one of the mags that I have from MDT, and if you're putting the 10 round in there, it sticks down pretty far. So it's, you know, not a traditional hunting rifle look, but if you're doing something like hog hunting, where you need fast follow-up shots and you need several shots, then that's a great option to have. If you're doing some stand hunting and you're deer hunting, you probably don't need 10 rounds in your rifle, and you know, the standard 5 round would be just fine. And so that's what it looks like with the 5 round, and that's a little more traditional looking. Now, if I was going to do anything different on this, honestly, I wouldn't change a thing on this. I love this rifle exactly the way it is. It's been perfect for me. The Magpul stock adds weight to it. So if you're looking for a mountain gun or something like that, this may not be the best option for you. Even with an 18-inch barrel, it is quite heavy. I think that this comes in at about 11 pounds. So it's heavy if you're going to be doing some hiking. Now, if you're going to a stand and you're going to be sitting in a stand, you know, all morning, all afternoon, then this might be a good option. If you want to do some range shooting, this is a great option. Bench shooting, anything like that, this is good. If you're going to be in the prone, you want to throw a bipod on there, you know, you don't have to worry about that weight. It's great. But like I said, if you're going to be in and out, if you're going to be, you know, if you already have 30 pounds of equipment on your back and you're trying to save weight as much as you can, you might want to stick with, you know, the standard stock on this. A good option that I would recommend if you're wanting to save weight is to use something like this on the standard stock. You can just drill some holes. You can throw one of those Kydex cheek risers on there, and you know, you'll have an adjustable comb on your standard stock. You also have options to lengthen your length of pull or things like that if you want to, using different recoil pads. So those are things you can play around with if you really are concerned about weight. Now, like I said, I really love my Ruger American 308. I loved it so much that I decided to work on a project over the summer, and I wanted to build a wildcat cartridge. And when I was looking at different options, you know, most people, when they're going to build something completely custom, they build it on a Remington 700 receiver. And the Remage action is probably one of the most common actions out there. That's where you take a Remington action and you have a Savage style barrel nut that goes on there to make taking the barrel on and off very easy. One of the cool things about the Ruger American is that it also uses a Savage style barrel nut. It's a smooth barrel nut, but it's a barrel nut nonetheless, and using a pipe wrench or something like that, you can get it off. So like I said, over the summer I decided to build a wildcat cartridge, and when I was looking for an action, I decided to use Ruger American as the action that I was going to build, you know, this wildcat round on. And this is what I ended up building. So I've got a Ruger American here. This started its life out as a standard 308 with a 22-inch barrel. And I took that barrel off. I ordered a custom barrel from Excalibur Barrels, and I threw it on here. In my next video, I'm going to be reviewing this gun, and I'm going to let you know what I built, what caliber this is. It is a true... It's a true wildcat cartridge. It's fairly new. It is based on the 308 family of cartridges, and I'm going to show you very quickly what it looks like once it's been expanded and resized. So this is the cartridge that custom Ruger American shoots. If If you want to know what that is, stick around for the next video. Hit that subscribe button. Let me know what you think in the comments section. And I hope to see you in the next video. Thank you.